This is Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi. Here now, Tony Bruschi.
Well, I think we're in for a treat today. We have a little show and tell, and that's the Donna Adelson trial. And we're going to be taking a look at the defense's opening statements. Now, I have not had a chance to watch these in any sort of depth yet today, so we'll be watching them maybe together for the first time. I've just seen tweets about it throughout the day. And those tweets, describing it as possibly the worst opening statements ever by a defendant.
That's a bit terrifying, I'm going to say.
Yeah. So there's that. And I'm really curious because there's a lot of scuttlebutt out there on the streets. The kids are talking and they're saying that they don't know how the hell this is going to go or how they're going to even play this as a defense. And this is from defense attorneys, because from what we will likely see here in a few moments, they're pretty much pinning everything on Charlie. And obviously he's already convicted, he's in prison, but he is trying to appeal that conviction right now. But if they're going full force, Charlie was the mastermind to all of this and Donna had nothing to do with it. That's an interesting angle, because that's flat out saying, okay, well, he did it. Then how do you explain the us comments? How do you explain the checks coming out of the account of the dental office and she's signing all of the checks that are going to Meg Bonner? It shows that she was aware that he had done this, which she is on trial not for the murder itself, meaning like she didn't go stab them. We obviously know she didn't do that. It's conspiracy. So yeah, if what we're about to hear is right, they pretty much just gave her a guilty verdict right there, just like that. I also want to note as we begin into this is, think of Donna Adelson's personality a bit, too, from what we understand. Very, if we're to just do some armchair quarterbacking, she's a malignant narcissist mother. In a meshed family, they all bow down to her. That's what the picture they're trying to paint. And by the accounts that we've seen of this family, it's pretty accurate. So think of that and take a look at her attorney. Keep in mind, they've had to dump attorney several times and it delayed this whole damn thing. But look at her attorney and go, who does she remind you of?
Uh-oh, have we chosen somebody who is just like ourselves?
Yes.
Fun.
Yes, we have. So let's roll it, Todd, and let's begin watching the trial of Donna Adelson and opening statements from the defense. Here we go.
Oh, she does look
like her sister.
Jackie Fulford and I, along with Mr. Zellman, represent Mrs. Adelson, and I don't think you've heard my voice yet. I'm going to try and talk slow because if I don't, the court reporter is going to scream at me.
If you can crank her volume at all, that'd be good.
I just want to start by saying this. Remember, during the course
coming
of the
right from the
proceedings,
video itself.
the state always gets to go first. But the defense has a right to be heard too. So please keep an open mind until you hear from us as well. You just sat through an opening statement. The presentation was pretty cool. I'm old-fashioned, so I don't use that kind of stuff. But
PowerPoints.
Heard about this killing, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And you heard an awful lot about why they think Donna Adelson has the motive to kill Danny Markel. And
watch her too.
An awful lot about what other people did in this case, but not a single piece of evidence was discussed that shows that Donna Adelson planned this, hired anybody to do this, or intended that this happen. And I just want you to be mindful that when we're at the end of the case and the judge gives you the instructions, and he gives them, I won't do that. When he gives you the instructions, he's not going to give you an instruction that says the state has to prove motive. He's going to give you elements of each offense, and he's going to say that each element of each offense has to have actual evidence to prove that. Not motive, actual evidence that those things happened. We're going to have a long trial, and I know you all are kind of prepared for that, at least in your mind. You know what's going to happen, and it's going to be long, and we're going to have days. And you're going to hear a lot of evidence and phone calls and text messages and emails But I want to ask you to never, ever stop thinking for the 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks that we're here about why it is we are really here. Not just because Donna Adelson is on trial, but because 2 men killed Danny Markel. Don't forget Danny. He was an amazing professor. He was very well educated. He had 2 degrees, I think, from Harvard, one of them from law school there. He was a professor. He had students. He was very well respected by his peers, his colleagues. He traveled all over the place to talk at conferences. They wanted him there for him to come and speak. Very, very intelligent man. And I can't say I know because I never met him. I wish I had. But I know he had to be proud of all that he had achieved. His career was important to him. Him continuing to educate himself so that he could get tenure at the law school as a professor. He worked very hard. He earned a lot. What he did not earn was for somebody to do this to him. You're going to hear that Wendy Adelson, the daughter of my client, was married to Danny. And I'm not trying to be informal when I say that. I respect Mr. Markel, Dr. Markel, but because so many people in the trial are going to refer to him as Danny, I'm going to do that if that's okay. But I don't mean any disrespect by doing that. More important to Danny Markel than anything in the world were his little boys. He had 2 little children when this happened to him. A 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. When the divorce first happened, when Wendy moved out, he did not want the divorce. That was in 2012. And they squabbled during the divorce. They did. Each side argued for their side. The other side argued for their side. That's what happens to divorce. Divorce is not fun. Divorce is not usually friendly. Some of us have had friendly divorces, but not everybody does. And a lot of things were said. But moving forward to 2014 is where we're going to concentrate on because that's when Danny was killed. And in 2014, with these little boys that he had, the divorce had been over for a year. Relocation.
This summer, for a limited time.
Oh, an ad.
We'll have to get you YouTube Premium there, Todd.
Hey, what is that? Turmeric and ginger and cinnamon? That looks interesting, whatever that is. Paleo Valley. Okay.
I think you snort it. Oh, no, you make it into a tea. Look at that. That
sounds really good. We should get them to sponsor.
That looks delicious.
It does.
Okay.
Even discussion about it ended. On July 31st, when the final judgment was entered, relocation was over. The state told you that. The court denied it with prejudice. She could never raise it again. Nobody was fighting anymore about where these little boys would be. Danny advocated for not only himself in the divorce, he advocated for his children. They are an important part of his life. He wanted as much time as he could get with them. They ended up splitting the time equally between Wendy and Danny. Their schedules changed a little bit on how they worked that out, but it was 50%. This bug is driving me crazy too. What in the world is that? Sorry. He continuously, from the time Wendy moved out till the time that he was killed, spent as much time as he could get with his children. He loved being with them. If it wasn't his time to have the children, he would go to their little preschool and spend time with them there. He wanted to talk to them on the phone as much as he could. You guys are way younger than me, so maybe you don't even know about this, but I guess there was a thing called Skype. I don't even know if it still exists. But this is like,
oh boy. Oh dear. Okay.
And that's how he wanted to talk to his kids,
Oh,
so that
boy.
he could see them when he wasn't with them while he spoke to them. Now, at 3 and 4, it's kind of hard to wrangle them to sit down in front of a screen. So Danny came up with a really good idea. When he Skyped the children, it would be most of the time after the kids had had their dinner and had their baths, where they're kind of calmed down. They're not in their little running around state. And he would read bedtime stories to them. And he didn't have his little kids.
Is she for the defense or the prosecution?
I can't tell.
They didn't forget about Daddy. And he made sure that didn't happen. These kids are not deprived of their father. Their father was brutally taken from them. Not just when they were 3 or 4, or 5 or 6, or 7 or 8, but up into their teens. They lost the opportunity because someone took it from them to grow up with a father, to have his involvement and influence in their lives, to talk about what he did as a kid and share his experiences. All of that was stolen from him. That's very important.
It's like, where are you going with this?
Skyping that he did with his kids. Mrs. Adelson, when she had the little boys, actually arranged so she could do that with him. And she would keep the kids in front of the screen while he talked to his children. You've heard a lot about how she hated him. She said some ugly things during the divorce. Some foul things, actually. But you're going to learn through the evidence why that was occurring and how she was actually interacting with Danny. They're two very different things. I'm going to talk to you now about my client, Donna Adelson. She is a normal person. Just like me. At the time that this happened, she was 64 years old, married to her husband, Dr. Adelson, a dentist. Now they've been married 54 years. It was somewhere in the 40-year range when this happened 11 years ago. And she got up in the morning and went to work, not at her and Harvey's business, like you were just told. She went to the business owned by her son. Every morning, they got up and they went to work. She did the books. She kept the books. She greeted patients. She got charts out. At 7:30 every morning, she was there and organized and had everybody ready to go because they had a little staff meeting. So everybody could know what to expect, what patients they were going to see, what they were going to take care of. She was there working, sometimes late into the evening, just like all of us. She's a normal person. People who know Donna will tell you that she is not the person that the state is portraying her to be. She's kind, caring, loving. She cares more about people than she does about herself. Now, what happened on July the 18th of 2014? You've heard the state describe it, but I want to talk about it for a minute. The state is going to be able to prove to you some of the things they were talking about. Can everybody see it okay? No? Oh,
This reigns the evil. Please raise your hands and everyone can see the evil clearly. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Don't want to use those PowerPoint futuristic stuff.
So the state told you that he got up every day, just like he normally did, on July the 18th of 2014. And I just want to say this also. Throughout the trial, you may hear me say that he was murdered on that day. Somehow he survived for another 11 hours. But in my opinion, all the evidence is going to show that what killed him took place on the 18th, and he was just able to survive long enough into the next day. So on that date, July 18th of 2014, these two men, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, followed Danny all over town. Started at his house, followed him to the school where the little children were going to school, the preschool where he dropped them off. Watched him drop those kids off, followed him to the gym, waited outside the gym for him, followed him to his house, pulled up in the driveway. Mr. Markel is talking on the telephone to someone. And he noticed someone's coming into his driveway. And while he's talking on the phone and says something about needing to see who this is, he turns and looks in the direction. And this man, Sigfredo Garcia, is holding a revolver. And he points it at him. And you may hear testimony that there's some evidence that maybe he tried to, well, you know what you do in defense when somebody's going to hit you or whatever, you put your hands up. He saw this man pointing a gun similar to this at him.
Pause it for a second, Ton. My God. I wonder, how many glue sticks do you think she used to make that poster board there?
Oh, it was probably, she grabbed her grandkids and said, do you want to do a little craft project with me?
I'm just so happy that she had the picture of the money on there. It's like
clip art.
This is not good, you guys. This is
I'm
not
just
good.
blown away at how badly this is going so far.
Oh, and they've had so much time to prepare. This trial was supposed to take place about a year ago. Like, we were ready for it. We had our bumpers made. We were ready to go here with it. And then all of a sudden it got bumped. And then it got bumped again. And now we're finally here. So it's not like they haven't had time to prepare. This is insane. This is insane how bad this is.
Yeah.
And you may not know about it. The Skype. It's like me when I'm joking, but she's being serious. It's like me saying the Googles.
And the Facebooks, yeah.
I'm old school. I use school glue, and I don't even use that purple glue stick. I use the old Elmer's one, the white one that sticks to everything. And my God, she looks like it could be Donna's sister.
Could be.
It really does. If you're listening to this, it's quite shocking. And the self-deprecation, I've noticed as well. There's a lot of that going on. I'm going to guess that's one of the things Donna really likes about her. I'm going to guess that this is someone where Donna's like, oh, they can sit there and have coffee and, oh, the world, it's everybody else. Everybody, I can just hear the huffing and the puffing of Danny Markel. Danny, I don't mean no disrespect by calling him Danny. And I don't know what, she's not very good at sentence structure either. The kids were not deprived of their father.
Yeah, they were.
Because someone took them from him. That's called being deprived of your father, you dumb bitch.
Tony's diving in, guys.
Like, come on. What are you saying? Yeah. Did you plan this? Are you drunk? Did you have a couple before? I don't think she did, but I don't know what else to make of this train wreck so far. And we're only halfway through it. So for those of you listening, the prosecution, and I thought it was funny if you're watching this, she was in that, there was a shot that was up, not the last one we just had, but right before they switched shots, where it was the prosecuting attorney who's been on this case now for 11 plus years. And she just had that look in her eye like, my God, you dumb bitch, you're going to make my job so easy. It's like she had that look like, are you serious? I feel like everyone in that courtroom is wondering what the hell is going on here right now, because she's making a great argument for the prosecution. This is absolutely horrible. Obviously, you're defending the person that's accused of being part of this. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on YouTube as we're continuing to play along with this. If you're not there right now, if you're listening to the podcast, search Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi and find us. Let's continue on.
fathom how terrified he must have been when this man shot him, not one time, but twice. One of the shots is almost right between the eyes. He was brutally murdered by this man. This man.
That's the prosecuting attorney.
You've heard them mention in the state's opening. Traveled with this car. This is an actual picture of the car, and the state's going to show it to you. This is the Prius that they were traveling in. This is surveillance photo that the investigators were able to find to know that it was a Prius that they were looking for. This man supplied the gun and drove the car following Danny, drove it up into the driveway and less than 3 feet away from Mr. Markel, whose engine is still running, and he's on the phone, and he waits while this man kills him. He hears the shots. This guy, Mr. Garcia, runs back to the car where Mr. Rivera is in the driver's seat, and he's the getaway driver. Supplies the gun, knows what they're going there to do, kill him, and drive off. They drive off. The state can prove that about Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. But they're not on trial here, right? You heard they've already been on trial.
God, she looks like Donna.
Then you're going to hear, as the state said, that they can prove that everybody can see, okay? They can prove that Katie Magbanawala, her name's Catherine, some people call her Katie, they can prove that she's the one who set it up. This is the father of Katie's children. This is his buddy that was recruited to go along on this trip to kill Danny. They can prove that she arranged these guys to do it and that she's the one who paid them the money. The money that was in stacks, stapled, $100 bills, all of them, but each stack is $1,000, stapled together. And you're going to hear testimony that that's exactly what he did with his money. He kept it and saved it for a long time. And you're probably going to hear testimony that this happens on July 18th, and on July the 19th, you don't.
Oh, there we go. We're taking a short commercial break. This is where we are going to now sing a quick song for you. This is a variety show. Oh, damn it.
Holly Adelson, which is her son,
Wanted to sing.
gave approximately between $130,000 and $138,000 that he had in his safe that he collected and stapled together. His money went to her, not Miss Adelson. They can prove and how that he paid her to get them to kill Danny Markel. That's what they can prove. And they've done it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This case is really a lot about theory and motive and not evidence. The state has a theory, and for the past 9 to 11 years, in fairness, probably 9 years, they have told the whole world that Mrs. Adelson was the reason that this happened. Mrs. Adelson was the reason that this happened. They've told this story, and it's outrageous. It gets people's attention. It's made a lot of money for the media, interviews, specials. Some people in jury selection said they had watched these specials. Lawyers on there, investigators on there. They made a lot of money for the media, and it got big attention because this is outrageous, what happened. It is truly outrageous. But what's more outrageous is, without any evidence, only motive and theory, they put her at the top of this pyramid. She's the matriarch. She's the matriarch mastermind behind Danny being killed. And they don't have evidence of that. That's what's outrageous.
Oh, they do.
It's outrageous that he got killed, but it's also outrageous that we're sitting here with a jury and you're going to hear a lot of theory, a lot of motive, and a lot of what they believe the evidence means. They don't get to decide that. The evidence is what the evidence is. And I ask you to patiently sit here and really pay attention to all of the evidence that you hear, every witness that they put on, every piece of evidence that they present to you, all of it. Don't, for 1 second, I'm not asking you to ignore any of that. Please listen to all of it closely. Look for what they actually have as evidence that Mrs. Adelson planned. She planned Danny Markel's murder, that she engaged these men to kill him, and that she gave the money to her son to give to Katie to pay them. You won't find evidence of that. The evidence about the $3,000 a month, I have that here on this board, $3,000 a month. Charlie Adelson gave $2,000 a month, and he instructed his mother, for reasons you're going to learn in the trial, out of his business account to put her on payroll. She worked for him, and she paid that money. It's this man's money, not Donna Adelson.
I hope this little flow chart comes out again.
All of the evidence, we're going to have an opportunity to make closing arguments. And the judge is then going to give you, well, he's going to give it before, he's going to give you all of the instructions on what it is that you have to decide. Did the state charge and then prove that Mrs. Adelson committed a conspiracy? Not one of the elements, all of the elements, proven by evidence, not theory, not motive. For each count, then solicitation, all the elements. So while you're listening to the evidence, you don't know what those elements are, but think about what each thing it is that the state has alleged. She planned it. She got people to do it. She intended that he die. That this woman wanted to take away the father of her grandchildren for the rest of their life because of relocation that happened a year ago and was done and over. And at the end of the case, because there's not going to be evidence that she did this, keep an open mind. Listen to all of it. We're going to ask you to find her not guilty of every single count. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Foles.
So there you go. That's the opening statements from the trial of Donna Adelson. What's your thoughts?
Is she out of money? Was this the only attorney she could get?
I'm starting to wonder that myself.
That's the first thing that popped up was, and I say this as I'm sitting here, I just got an email from my attorney for something I'm dealing with. I chatted with her for $1,000 this morning, I think, for an hour, and she totally dropped the ball on something. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. I think you get what you pay for. And that's the thought that popped in my head. Like, okay, maybe I went to, budget
I wonder, I mean, that's one of those things where, I mean, you get what you pay for, but you are also, you're the one that's curating this. And Donna clearly is the one who curated this person to be her representative. This is not a state attorney. This is who she thought would best represent her. And I'm going to guess Harvey was part of, I'm going to guess Harvey was part of the decision as well. I don't know much about Harvey. We don't know a lot about Harvey. But if he likes his wife, I can see why he liked this attorney. Because it's his clone. It's a clone of his wife.
Well, maybe if his wife goes to jail, then
maybe that's Harvey's plan. Maybe at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this is how she was prior to all of this. I'll take you. I guess I give him more credit if that's what's going on. He didn't go for like some college girl or something.
Right.
Like, I got money, baby. Although I don't know how much they have. I'm of course just kidding. That's all facetious. It's tongue in cheek. I don't think Harvey Adelson is trying to plot an affair with the look-alike attorney for his wife that plotted to kill her son-in-law. That's a long sentence and one that one should never have to say about one's family.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a lot going on here. This is an old school attorney. This is somebody that she vetted, that she feels comfortable with. I'm not sure that was the right choice. She should have gone for somebody, and I'm not age discriminating here, but somebody a little younger, a little more hip.
Well, she could pull it off just fine if she, kept up with, the Skypes, which actually was a masterful product for 20 years. They actually just discontinued it just in the last year.
Yeah.
So she missed like a good 20 years of reality functioning as an adult in a world where we use these tools on a daily basis. And she seems barely coherent that this product ever existed. And it was a major part of most adults' lives for a good 20 years. I don't think she has the, that just says something about someone's, ability to understand the culture, understand society, and understand a jury and how they're going to think. Younger member, because she very much she's like Donna, it seems, where she's very much, stuck. She's thinking and she's proud of it, of I only do these old things this old way. And, I know we can all do that in our own way, but it's not a virtue to stick your head in the sand and choose not to look out of it. It's not. That's a choice that you're making. So I do not think that this woman came across well at all. I do not know anything that she said that made, other than just saying she's not guilty, and there's no evidence to support it. The fuck, there isn't evidence to support it.
Right. She didn't offer up anything for the jury to kind of chew on.
No.
Over the weekend. It's just like, oh, she didn't do it. She's a nice lady.
Well, she made everybody feel this is absolutely horrendous. And it is horrendous. But if you're the defense attorney, you don't have to downplay it, but focus more on the innocence of your client, not making everyone feel horrible about this horrible death that her son is involved in. And could you pick a more chipper picture of Charlie to put on your board? I mean, if you're trying to make this guy look like an evil monster, that's not the picture I would have picked.
No, not at all. No. And again, but that could be inability to use technology to find something better. Maybe this was the only one she had.
I mean, glue sticks and poster board, and that's what she came up with. She probably went down to the Kinko's and had them printed off for her.
Yeah, she went to Office Max and went, I'll take one of those. I'll take one of those. Yeah, that's as far as she got. She might have even been at just Sam's Club. Like, okay, they have poster board. I'll grab that.
It's insane. I mean, you have cell phone records. You have the conversations where when Donna, there's no evidence here. When Donna gets confronted on the streets by the FBI, where that bump where we're like, we have information or whatever they said to her, letting her know that we're on to you. She immediately calls Charlie, and then Charlie calls McBonna. I mean, it's and she talks about it being an us problem, and that's on tape.
Yeah. And maybe, does the attorney understand that is data that you can't
on the telephone?
Yeah, on I grab that immediately. How often do you say telephone these days? These things are phones. They're not telephones. They're phones. Nobody has okay, some people have landlines.
I wonder if she texts. I wonder if there's that too. I'm going to guess.
It's that newfangled texting thing all the kids are doing. This is troubling.
Her name's on the checks. That's the thing. She signed them.
That's a problem.
Do you guys get any feel on this attorney that she's kind of given up already before she's even started?
I don't like it.
I'm serious because she literally has to find a way to defend Donna, right?
Yeah.
And if you're that person, aren't you saying, how the hell am I going to do this?
Crazier things have been done. I mean, that's their job.
I know.
And if your attorney is like cause they got to have these pre-discussions about, but I'm guessing Donna felt good going into it. I mean, that's the ego, I think, of it with a lot of it is, yeah, she's probably given, I don't know how you would defend Donna. I really don't at this point, but you got to come up with something, and this ain't it.
Yeah.
Charlie did it all. And I mean, Charlie's going to testify. So what does it mean when this happened on this phone call and it's an us problem? Why did she call you right away about this? I mean, there's why is her name on the checks? Why these jailhouse phone calls are also insanely incriminating, and the jury's going to hear all of it. I mean, she just made it so much easier to connect the dots of conspiracy, and that's all they need to connect. That she knew about this and she funded it, basically. That's Donna felt good going into this with what her defense was going to be, because she's had plenty of time to correct that and figure that one out. So you knew that this woman said, oh, this is going to be good. That's how bad narcissists are at reading the room sometimes, when it's about people looking at them and seeing them for who they are. They're that bad. They could hear that, think that, and go, this is going to go over great. And look how that went over. I'm stunned. I'm stunned at how bad that was.
Yeah, it's bad. I think I would want my money back but maybe to Donna, maybe this is great. Maybe this is exactly what she's looking for. This is somebody she can relate to.
Well,
feels good to her.
Did you see her smile, like, as her attorney went up there? Like, at the very beginning, she just kind of had this, she's going to tell them kind of look. And kind of as it continued on, I think Donna was kind of like, did we send that check?
If she was going for a Matlock type presence in the courtroom, she did not get it. She may have gotten the flightiness of the attorney, but certainly not the quickness or smartness of a Matlock, if you will.
Are we talking Madeline Matlock, or are we talking Andy Griffith Matlock?
I'm talking to Andy. Madeline's actually a little bit better than that, but yeah.
I started watching that like the other night. I only got like 10 minutes in and I fell asleep.
Whoa. Matlock?
Yeah. There's two there's a new Matlock now, right?
Okay. No, I don't. So
Kathy Bates.
Oh, yes, I've seen it. I'm not a fan. It bothers me. I love Kathy Bates, but this is just like, I don't get this.
It's a weird tie-in. Like, I know it was like that movie or that show back in the 80s, and everybody said it was me, but I just said, yep, just like that Matlock. And yeah, I was expecting maybe it's like his long lost daughter or something, or Matlock. Yeah, he married me back in high school. We had a secret life together, and it totally like overrides the original Matlock storyline to like make it look really twisted. Anyway,
you concern me. I'm like, Matlock. Oh my God, Tony, what is wrong with you? Do you need a new streaming service?
I'm the one who brought it up, and I only say that because maybe she was going for that simple kind of down to earth kind of presentation.
I think so. Yeah, I think that. Well, I think she also is like, wear a cardigan. You want to look real matronly.
Yes.
And she is kind of doing that, but it's kind of she also had red lipstick on today, which just looked weird as well.
It's funny that you brought that up, because I noticed it in one of the clips when they came back from lunch. You could tell she reapplied it. No, she was reapplied.
Oh, she did.
Yes, because it was shiny, so it was almost like you put some lip gloss on. That's the kind of shit that I notice. I'm a chick. It's what I do.
Yeah. Well, and that's her. Sitting there thinking this is gonna be like good. It's not gonna be torn apart on podcasts immediately after I do this. Oh, the disconnect. It's
we're bad.
It's amusing. It is amusing. Well, let us know what you think in the comment section on YouTube. If you're not already there, search Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi, and let us know your thoughts. Very interesting. Of course, we're going to be bringing you all the audio, all the video of this trial as it progresses. So press subscribe so you don't miss any of it. We're going to break it down by testimony by testimony and moment by moment. If there's stuff that's not a testimony, we're going to have it for you up there on YouTube and also on the podcast platform. So do press subscribe. Until next time, for Todd, for Stacy, I'm Tony Bruschi. We'll talk again real soon.
Want more on this case and others? Then press subscribe now and don't miss a moment of true crime coverage from Tony Bruschi and the Hidden Killers podcast.